Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to your middle of the day market update, and also a bit of an FOMC update. Later this evening in my time zone, or the afternoon if you're from the US. Welcome. We have the FOMC meeting, so Federal Reserve interest rate decision, and the press conference afterwards. It is fairly certain that the interest rates are going to be cut by 25 base points, so that they'll drop down to 4.5%. But everything that's said around it and everything that's published around it is perhaps even more important. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Bitcoin, my outlook is still exactly the same. I think will be volatile, but as long as this level right here between 102 and 100,000 holds, we're fine, we're bullish, and we can still, our main target is still into 110. So for Bitcoin, I'd still expect something like this, like volatility, but in the end, stability and bullish continuation. Now, that is to a certain extent dependent on tonight. All right. Now, I found this amazing X-Post thread actually that actually went into this. Because the big thing is like we know that the interest rate decision, or we know that the interest rates are going down. What's most important is the outlook on the monetary policy in 2025. All right, so there's basically a couple of different potential outlooks, where you have a dovish scenario, which would be 4 rate cuts in 2025, which they will talk about. You have a neutral, which would be that the Federal Reserve cuts and that we have 3 rate cuts in 2025. And you have the bearish scenario in which the interest rates don't go down, seems unlikely, or that we will have less than 3 interest rate cuts in 2025, which they will publish data on. All right, so those are the 3 scenarios. Based on those scenarios, the market will move. I think the one scenario that you need to pay most attention to is if they actually talk about cutting the rates less in 2025. Now, I don't think this is most likely. I think it's most likely, and that's also a part of the reason why I expect this on Bitcoin. I expect either that we get a dovish scenario, but I even think it's most likely that we'll get a neutral scenario in which we do see a rate cut, but that we see 3 rate cuts in 2025. All right, but those are the 3 scenarios, and all of them are possible. All right, so keep that in mind. Look at the press conference, look at the data that they publish about 2025, and based on that, you can make a good decision on what you want to do after the FOMC, because if you want to trade before that, it's basically gambling, all right? But you can make money off the volatility, so that's up to you. But yeah, so based on my perception of the probabilities of what's going to happen, I think it's most likely that, yes, we'll have volatility, and we might even have somewhat of a bearish spike. It's a possibility. There's nothing wrong with that. But ultimately, I do think we will follow the trend which we have been in, the higher time frame trend here, and that will respect support and find enough bullish momentum to continue. Now, at the moment, though, if we actually take a look at if we take a look at the fundamentals, if we take a look at the data, it's looking a bit mixed. The Coinbase Bitcoin premium has gone into a premium right now, but has been in a discount for the majority of today during the Asian and European session. And then if we have actually take a look at some other data, what you can see is that, well, stock markets are basically still flat right now. The Russell 2000 is also still a little bit bearish, so that's not great. Dollar strength index bullish. Bitcoin dominance still bullish, so that's not great for altcoins. So the overall outlook doesn't look great right now, but that is mostly because of the FOMC, I think. So that's going to be the main thing to focus on today. That's what I expect for Bitcoin. When we're talking about altcoins right now, there is not much interesting. Phantom was a bit interesting because Sonic, which Phantom is rebranding to Sonic, was launching today, but that seems like a bit of a sell the news effect, and I actually don't know whether Sonic has already. Yeah, Sonic is live, so that seems to be a sell the news effect, which is not amazing. But that's going to be very volatile. Phantom is going to move a lot. Outside of that, I mean, you can see most of the coins right now are just following Bitcoin. Sui perhaps is interesting. That was outperforming Bitcoin earlier today. So if we look at Sui right here, that's actually technically quite strong as well still. So maybe keep an eye on that throughout today. but I would mostly focus on that FOMC, and I would kind of stay away from trading altcoins too much, especially with leverage. There are some altcoins that I think are at great levels. So just to spoil it a bit from the Signal group, which if you don't know, I have my own Signal group in which I post my own trades. It's profitable. It comes with an amazing trading guide as well. So if you want to make some profits, if you want to become a better trader, consider joining that. Links will be down in the description. But I think, for example, this level around 2.5, 2.3 for WIF, the meme coin, looks amazing long term. So positions like that, I do think are still possible, but with leverage, I'd be careful. But those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts for today. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.